Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you with a nightly video here. Just wanted to make an update on a thing that's going viral right now. Obviously, the Doge stimulus checks. I just want to share my input on my thoughts on it. So I'm going to state some pros and then some cons to it. The let's start with the cons. I feel like there's more pros than cons, but it also depends on how they basically roll it out if it does become a thing. Right now, it's just a proposal. It's not an actual bill, but it's an idea. So the cons in this is if they roll it out exactly how they want to do it, $5,000. That's assuming they can cut $2 trillion in spending. I don't know if they can really pull that off. Depending on what you look at, the media says 16 billion. There are some other places say 55 billion. So you have to basically, in a nutshell, figure out how many households it is. It's not individual; it's two taxpayer households. Roughly in America, there's between 80 to 90,000 households, roughly. So you would simply just take whatever the spending cut is divided by the households, and that's what you get. So as of right now, it varies. If you annualize it in a year, it'd be somewhere between 400 and call it 1,500, depending on how much they find. That could be very inflationary, and right now we have a lot of stagflationary fears. So I don't know. The con here is if they roll it out altogether, I don't think that's the best way to do it. Reason being is that's going to cause inflation. That's going to cause the Fed to raise rates, and then we're going to have even worse stagflation. So it'd be like really good short term, and when I mean short term, I mean like a couple quarters, maybe 2 to 3 quarters, and then when that stimulus runs out, you're going to have inflation. We already have super low employment, so we have to remember that. So then people will be overpaying and for job hires, and it would just be a mess in my opinion. So I don't think that's really the best course of action. I hope they don't do that. However, something I do hope they do is every quarter, every 6 months, or maybe just take it off the basically every month that they find wasteful spending. It would be really nice if they did like a, obviously a delay because they gotta reconcile it and all that. But if they did a monthly or quarterly or annually refund to where it just goes into the accounts monthly or quarterly. So basically, the average American doesn't save, so it would kind of control the inflation and control their spendings, but then help them out. So it's kind of like a almost like a payment plan, which I would love. So I hope that does happen. They did say they would only uh, basically give household incomes 20% of what they find wasteful, which I do like because honestly, like I think paying down the debt and contributing to that and all that is more of a priority just for the long term of America than giving households money to just buy phones, shoes, go to restaurants, and all that stuff. So I do like that. I do like that they're doing 20% there and 20% and 60%. So basically, they're cutting it up, which I do like. So again, I think there's more pros, but it just really depends on how they roll it out. Something else I do like about it is that uh, the um, the way it was thought of was actually came from X. So it was a thing on X. It went viral. Elon saw it. Elon let Trump know, and then it's kind of how this all started. So it's really neat. Like I'm not taking political sides at all, but it is a big change from like they really do it or not do it. At least they acknowledge people's feedback and they're willing to entertain it. I'll leave it at that. So it's definitely different, kind of cool. You haven't really seen any um, people of power really look at social media like that and kind of acknowledge it and kind of like really like, okay, like yeah, like that's a good idea. Let me see if I can make it work. So I do kind of like that. But the market's basically at all-time highs today. I think the S&P and Nasdaq I think touched it. Palantir got whacked today. I might make a video on that later. I'm not too sure. That is my biggest position right now, just because it ran so much. My cost base is like $7.20. So I did take some profits. I made a video about it a while ago. I did take some profits in early January. I believe I took some. I think I took 10% of my position. And I actually recently just took some more profits today, right before close when that nasty sell-off went. I mean, the company's super overvalued technically. It's running on momentum, but I can make a video on that if people are interested in hearing my thoughts, why I sold, how much I sold, what my plan is with that stock, and basically moving forward. But yeah, but back to Doge, like I do like it overall, but it would vary depending on how much spending they cut. I hope they just consistently cut, and work their way through it, and then it just gets refunded every month, or like I said. So that'd be really cool. But you see the headlines, $5,000. I think that's if they can get $2 trillion, they get everything they think, and they nail it on the head, which will be very hard. It's a moving target. They're just speculating and guessing, but the idea is cool, and I do like it. So I don't know if I'm echoing right now because I can't really hear because these earmuffs are crazy, but I hope the audio is good in this. This is my first time really trying this headset for audio. But yeah, so I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. So I need to get more consistent with shooting my videos. I've just been really busy. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on the Doge stimulus, dividend, I think they're calling it. But overall, like it. But I think it's going to come down if they can execute and if how it's distributed. I think that's very important. How. So cool. That's all I got. Later.